Hey folks, Nas here. Another episode of Medieval Dynasty in our season 5. It's a beautiful, liquid, sunshiny day out today. But anyway, I just came over here and slept in the animal village next to Hornica because I just finished recording the last episode. So I record 2 episodes at a time, and then I can edit them, take my time and edit them through the week. But anyway, we have the Unigon Story 5 up on the screen. We have to get a potion of sobriety and take it over to Kestrel because she was clearly inebriated. So I believe that I have collected several, because I haven't crafted anything except for the healing potions. But I believe I've got several potions. You can see I got a bunch of potions here in my resource storage, and these are all potions that I have collected, except the instant healing potion that I've been taking for my own health. Where's it at? Have I taken them all already? Maybe I have. Yeah, it looks like maybe I have. Okay, so I need to get some more. Let's see. Instant healing. Is this it? No, I don't want the instant healing. I want the one that's over time. No, it's 50% more health. You know what? It looks like I'm going to have to go and craft some more, but I will take these instant healing potions right here because I need to have some of those on me. Just because I've been taking some damage when fighting wolves and then of course running into bandits and stuff. But anyway, we need a potion of sobriety for Kestrel, so we're going to take one of those. Let's see. I need to let's put this clay cup in the mug. I may end up using those later as decoration. We'll put the coverlet in there. Because eventually I am going to start trying to do the achievement Happy Wife, Happy Life. I know I thought about starting it several episodes back, but in Nas fashion, I completely forgot about it and didn't give my wife any gifts the next several seasons. And I believe you have to give your wife a gift each season for 2 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to either collect from, excuse me, the bandits. So like I got that coverlet in the last episode. Matter of fact, where is that? Do I still have it on me? I think I put it in the resource storage here. But I got a coverlet from the bandits right there in the last episode. So whether I'm ever either collecting them from bandits or abandoned carts or abandoned camps or buying it from the gift vendor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to accumulate 8 gifts. That way I have them on hand. I don't have to worry about trying to go and buy them or acquire them each season. And as I'm playing the game and progressing and stuff, then all I got to do is remember, okay, I start the new season, I go and give my wife a gift. I start the next season, I go and give my wife a gift. And I make that a pattern for myself because I like patterns. But anyway, let's see. We've got cherry pie. We've got firewood. I need to drop this stuff off here. Fur caplet. I don't know. We'll hold on to that. I don't know. I may wear that. I did want to hold on to the longbow. The mead bottle. I might do the mead bottle. Keep that. Maybe we make some mead or something later on. I got to put the onion in the food storage. Let's see. Oh yeah, the healing. I did have that on me. Potion of healing. That's what I've been using right there because it gives me the 1.5 health per second for 60 seconds. That's the one I've been taking when I get damaged and stuff. But I've got these other healing potions on me now. I can use those as well. Rastomir shoes. Now I've got those noble boots that I put on, so I'll put Rastomir shoes in the storage. Let's see. The stone pickaxe I'm going to sell. The straw hat I will probably put in the storage. The leather gloves. I have leather gloves already, so I'm going to sell these. We'll put the wine bottles in there. I have been selling the wine bottles, but I think I'm going to hold on to the bottles because eventually we're going to start making wine and mead and things like that because we do have the apiary built and I can start producing the honey and things like that. Quest updated. It's interesting that it's dinging just because I put the potion of sobriety in my inventory. I think I made a comment about this in the last episode, or maybe the one before, that something dinged when I had all of the stuff in my inventory rather than when I actually gave the items. Oh, it was Sambor. When I had to go get Sambor's groceries, all of his beetroot and carrots and stuff, when I put it in my inventory, it did that same thing. It dinged just because I had it in my inventory. Instead of dinging when I turn it into Sambor, like the quest complete. So I think that's interesting. I don't know if it's some kind of a bug in the game or whatnot, but it's happened a few times with me. But anyway, let's see. Where's Miss Donkey? Yeah, let's call her. She should come out of the stable. There she is. Yes, ma'am. You look gorgeous today. So let's head into Hornica and go see Kestrel again. Alrighty. Here we are. Let's go in here and visit Kestrel and see if we can get her sobered up a little bit because she looks rough. Can he light that? Oh, he can't light that. Bummer. Alright. Kestrel. I'm back. It's all going to be okay. Just drink this. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. Oh my goodness. You're very much alive, Kestrel. My name is Rasimir. Jordan was my uncle. What? What's going on? Why? Who are you? Those eyes. Is that it? Am I dead? Oh my God. I don't want to be rude, but I've already spoken with Utagast. I've actually met Sambor and Walred, or Walred. I think I've been saying his name wrong. But anyway, as well, I know about your mission. Of course, your eyes. Now I understand. I'm sorry. I've been quite distant lately. I should say so. Oh, she's 53. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess that would make sense because Unigast and Jordan are about that age, I believe. But anyway, please don't mind this mess. It was some badgers that got in through the window. It's very nice to see you. Me and your uncle were working together, trade mostly. I think I read those phrases backwards, but regardless, let's go down here. Let's start with the bottom first. Maybe that's the one I'm supposed to read first. I get these backwards sometimes. I apologize. Very good to hear that. I wasn't ever a good liar. That, what? A friend of mine did it pretty well. Is your friend Jordan? I know about that too. I see you know a lot, kid. No more bullcrap for you then. No more bullcrap for you then. We were all a part of a pack, a family, really. We never had a name or anything, but we did have some reputation in realms far away from here. The pack was all that we had, until the day it all fell apart. But you probably know about that. But you probably know about it as well. I don't actually. No one has told me yet what had happened. Well, it seems that the boys would rather tell you about the happy days, but you seem like you're ready to handle the realness as well, don't you? I am. It was 12 years after the pack was fully formed, over a decade of adventures, mischiefs, tightening of bonds. We still felt young. But the thought of retirement from our operation was getting more and more real. We even had a place picked out where we could grow old in peace. Yes, you guessed that right. The valley was always our end game place to settle down, but none of us realized that the end was so near. We were staying we were staying for a job in a town called Navis. Spent weeks there. Everybody started to get a little nervous, a little frustrated, because Jordan was planning it all on his own. He was always secretive, and we kind of got used to it. But this time something was off. He kept telling us that he was meeting with some informant. I've seen him a couple of times through a window, tall as an oak, thin as a straw. Skinny face and jug ears made him look like a rat. Beady little eyes didn't help him as well. Jordan said that he was keeping us out of the loop for the rat man's safety. So we waited, played dice, drank, and waited. When Jordan finally revealed his plan, it sounded like a joke. Weeks of planning for a job so simple we could do it with our eyes closed. So I'm guessing it wasn't easy after all. Supposedly, there was a lot of stolen loot in the town's hall treasury, brought in by corrupted militia. Plan was simple: get in, steal it back, and return it to the rightful owners. Child's play. Jordan and Wolrun were supposed to make a distraction when Unigost and Sambor went inside the treasury. And me, as usual, was waiting with the horses ready to run. All went according to plan, no surprises. Sambor and Unigost were loading the cargo onto the horses when I saw Wolrun walking towards us alone. He said that Jordan split up with him and should be right back. I didn't like that. There was no reason for him to split, so I decided to go and check on him. I could smell his posh perfume from a mile away, so it wasn't hard. I swiftly followed his scent right into a town scribe's chamber. That's when I saw it. What did you see, Kestrel? If it wasn't for the ears, I would never have recognized him. His face was bashed in so hard you could almost see the floor through it. Jordan was standing by the rat man's body, wiping blood off of his hands. He did it with a bottle of mead, which then he took a sip of. I'll never forget how casually he looked in that moment, like it was the most normal thing to do. He hid some kind of book or journal behind his belt, and then he noticed me. Oh my. For a second there, I saw his true face. His pure reaction to seeing me. It wasn't fear or shame, it was just annoyance. He scowled at me for ruining his plan, for insubordination. This honest reaction, even he couldn't control. And just like that, his face changed completely. He was shocked, afraid, out of breath suddenly. Maybe even a tear was glistening in his eye. He grabbed my hand and said that we need to run, that we are not safe, that he will explain. So we ran to our brothers in arms, got on the horses, and escaped. I told everybody what I'd seen. Jordan broke the most sacred of rules, his own rule. He was trying to explain himself, but all that we heard was more and more lies. The trust had been broken. We were talking and arguing the whole night. At dawn, Wolrun was the first to leave. We always kind of treated him like our younger brother who forced himself on a journey. But in that moment, he was the most mature of us all, and it was clear that the pack has come to an end. Sambor left right after. Then I did the same. Unigost stayed with Jordan. He couldn't live without him. He loved him the most, even more than me. When I was walking away, I saw that face of Jordan again. Our eyes met for a split second, and they were not sad, but full of contempt. So that's how it happened? I'm sorry, Rasimir. You probably expected something different. Alrighty, so we've got two options. Holy cow, this story is something else. Let's see. First option, it doesn't matter what I expected, only the truth. Or we have number two, which is, yeah, I wouldn't have thought that it was his fault. Okay. Let's go with number one. It doesn't matter what I expected, only the truth. The truth always a bitch. Never pretty, never certain, full of doppelgangers and dirty lovers all over. But it still points to Jordan being a killer. Holy cow. This is definitely an interesting story for sure, because this is not the same story that was portrayed during all the testing of the game and stuff. They've definitely added more to it. Kestrel was not even in that story before. So this is definitely interesting. Your uncle was an extraordinary man. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Truly brilliant, ahead of his time, I would say. His mind was able to predict things that should be unpredictable. He read people like books, and with all of that excellence came a price. The perfectionist in his brain couldn't cope with losing, with being wrong. Jordan had a real short fuse sometimes. He suffered from constant loneliness. Loneliness? He had you, all of you, the pack, family. Everybody loved him. And yet we were the only thing persistently keeping him down. Caring about us, loving us, it was a burden to him. The emotional ties that made us his dependent. Weak, common. And being ordinary for him was worse than death. All right, we got two options again. That's really sad, to be honest, or he sounds like a monster. I'm going to go with the sad, to be honest. Again, we're still talking about our uncle here. We're just now learning all of these interesting and horrific stories now, coming from different people and stuff. But anyway, let's go with the number one option. That's really sad, to be honest. Having us kept him grounded, but he couldn't restrict his ambitions. It was like a flesh-eating disease consuming him from within. Being anonymous started suffocating him. Seeing smiles on faces he'd helped wasn't enough. Hearing praises and thanks wasn't enough. He wanted to be acknowledged, to be worshipped, to be feared. I can't believe you're talking about Jordan. I thought he was a hero. I wanted to be like him. Life's hard, kiddo. You can't judge a book by its cover. Same as you can't judge a man by the one thing he did or by a part of his life. Nothing's just black and white. Unigos told me the same thing. He probably knew Jordan better than anyone else. Knew the worst of him, but he was a brother to him nevertheless. He couldn't have hurt him. Well, he did have an affair with Jordan's woman. So you know about that as well. Seems that Unigast and you grew really close together. Yes, he did. I did. And I'm sure that Jordan knew all about it. Are you serious? Or how could he? Let's go with how could he. Now granted, we know that Unigast told us that Jordan, or maybe Jordan didn't know. Maybe he didn't tell Jordan that they were having an affair, but I thought that he did. I'd have to go back and watch those videos again. But let's go with how could he. That man could deduce the color of ladies' knickers just by hearing her laughter. I'm sure he knew about me and Unigast. Why didn't he say anything? Wondering about that would torture me at nights. I had a couple of hypotheses, but the thing that speaks to me the most is the simplest of answers. He didn't care. He didn't love me that much to want me all to himself. Yet he wanted us to be happy, so he didn't intervene. I'm sure it was funny to him watching us wallow in our lie, like watching children playing a grown man's game. Maybe he could have changed. Maybe if the baby wasn't, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. If the baby wasn't born dead, don't be sorry. That's what happened. Maybe he was happy about it, or at least appeared to be. Didn't want to hear me when I was saying that it could be a girl. Ah, he wanted a boy, a mini Jordan to keep him company. But it wouldn't have worked. Not that time, at least. Why's that? He wasn't his. Oh. So it was a boy, it wasn't a girl, and it wasn't Jordan's baby. So you knew it was Unigost's then. A mother always knows such things. I knew it was Unigost from the moment I felt the heart beating inside me. But you've never told any of them. No, I felt like the lack of truth was a better solution in that situation. But you don't have to agree with me. So we have two options again. I do agree there wasn't a good answer. You tried to keep them both happy. Or we have the number two, and I don't, it wasn't your decision to make. Unigost deserved to know, same as Jordan. Well, that's kind of a tough one. Something tells me that no matter what we pick, the story is still going to end up being the same. I mean, I got to say, for Kestrel, it would have been extremely difficult for her. But I'm gonna go with number one. I agree, there wasn't a good answer. You tried to keep both happy. And yet I failed at that miserably. Still, you put their happiness before your own. Let's not talk about it any longer. There's a very important matter I've been getting to. You may think that I'm crazy, but I have to say it. I don't believe that Jordan died of natural causes. Ooh, interesting. What? What are you saying? I think that he was murdered. Again, we have two options. That's insane. Or what makes you say that? Obviously, I'm going to go with number two because I want to understand what she's thinking. What do you know about his death? Not much, actually. Only that he died peacefully in his sleep. That's what Unigost told me. Aha. So now we're getting back to it. And you just assumed it was due to an illness or old age, correct? No, yes, I believed I did. And that's what doesn't add up to me. I knew Jordan. He was always in great shape. We met a few days before his death, actually. He wanted to reconnect. He was happy. It was obvious to me that he was planning something, and that wasn't to die in his bed. He didn't have any health problems, but enemies. Those he surely had a surplus of. So we have two options. I can't believe it. It sounds far-fetched. That actually sounds very convincing. I'm going to go with number two because it does sound convincing. So let's go with that. I've managed to find out the location of the medic who was examining Jordan's body and who decided to burn the corpse in the same day, which already seems bizarre. And have you talked to him? No, I wanted to, but my demons caught up with me. Have you told anyone from the pack about your presumptions? No, it may sound harsh, but they're suspects as well. Suspects? You were supposed to be family. I don't really believe they did it. I certainly hope they didn't. But we can't rule out anything at the moment. So you cannot tell them about any of this. Not until we learn something valuable. Here, I've marked the location of the medic's house on your map. I don't know the exact place. You'll have to find it. Speak with him and report to me. I mean, if you're up for it. Of course I am. I'll be back. Holy Toledo! Love triangle, murder, all kinds of stuff. Holy cow. This is definitely getting to be a pretty cool story. I am really liking how the devs have added this storyline and what they've done, pulling it together and stuff. I'm really enjoying this. However, we are running out of time in this video. We have spent an entire day standing there talking with Kestrel. So now we have to go and talk to, what is that, Dieter? D-Y-T-E-R? I think that's Dieter. She said she marked it on the map. He is out here in the middle of BFE. Okay. Alrighty. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting to probably any of my quests this season, which is fine. Not that concerned about most of these quests. I do have another day. I may try and do that after the episode and stuff before I change over to summertime. But anyway, I think we're going to call this an episode. If you're liking these, definitely hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Here, can we sit down at the stool? Yeah, we can. Let's sit down here with everybody. Make sure to head down in the description below and visit my Facebook and my Twitter, Buy Me a Coffee, Discord, Reddit. Those links are down there for you to go and follow me at those locations. And we will see you folks in the next one. You take care and happy hunting.